Hi, this is Rockin' Robin, and today I'm going to about BOLO items. People always will say to me, what items do you sell the most of? Well, there's a lot of different items, but I've done a lot of videos on what you sell in January, what you sell in February, what you sell in March, what's selling for 2020, but I haven't done 10 items that you need to look out for every day that you could sell 365 days a year. They're not based on there being a holiday or the hot weather or the cold weather or the football team that's playing. You could do these any day. So stay tuned. We'll be right back and we'll tell you about 10 BOLO items for eBay you can sell every day. If you're new to this channel, I want to let you know what we do. We've been selling on eBay for about 20 years. We've been selling on Poshmark for maybe 3-4 years. We've been selling on Facebook Marketplace for a couple of years, and we've been selling at flea markets for 20 years. So those are some of the things we do, and what we like to do is give you tips. We like to give you secrets. We like to give you all our knowledge so that you can make a lot of money when you sell on eBay. So today, I'm going to start off with 10 items that I think you can find at flea markets or tag sales, garage sales, the thrift store, maybe even in your home. Things that you might not want, but things that you might be able to sell. So let's start off with number one. Really, really hot right now are vintage t-shirts from the 80s and 90s. They must be single stitched. They must have a tag, or they should have a tag, maybe dated 94 or 85. Usually it's the 80s and 90s right now. It's not anything further from that. I grew up in the 80s, so I know there's a lot of cool stuff from the 80s. There's cool sayings, there's advertising, there's bands, there's video games, toys. You can do just about anything. There's a lot of different vintage t-shirts that sell. Pokemon, I have a John Lennon, there's also some AC/DCs. I mean, there is a lot from the 80s and 90s that are fun to sell. Maybe you have a Miss Pac-Man, Centipede, I don't know. There's all kinds of cool stuff that was made in the 80s, and there's great t-shirts. And they love them right now. And you can get them cheap. I can get them sometimes at the store for $1 at the thrift store. Sometimes they're $1.99. And then when you go to tag sales, I've even gotten them for 50 cents. So it's an item that is cheap to buy. And if you look out for them, you can make some good money. Usually they sell around $25, but some have sold for upwards of $100. So be on the look. Number two is perfumes and colognes. You got to check the names. You don't want like an Avon or something like that, or something that you can get at Walmart. You want something good with a good name. I recently went to a tag sale and was able to get some Juicy Couture perfume, and it was very good. I'll show you a picture of that up here. That type of stuff, the stuff that's in right now, when you go, you'll find it, and it's not always easy to find at tag sales, but if you're there first, you will. I recently went to one where the lady passed away and she had all kinds of perfumes not opened, all big names. I was able to buy a couple, but some of them she wanted to go through her daughter or her granddaughter, I don't know. So I wasn't able to get as many as I wanted, but you never know what's going to happen. You need to look out for perfumes and colognes in big names because you can make a fortune on those. Even the little tiny half ounces are good. Number three, instruments and accessories. I recently brought a friend of mine a violin case, and it had a bow in it and some extra pieces. I got it for $20. Now everybody else looked at it and went, oh, it's a bow, whatever. They don't really know instruments. I bought it for him because he's into instruments. He's a music teacher and he knows what he's doing. And he said it was worth way more. Now those are the types of things you can sell on eBay. I very often sell ukuleles. I find them not too much money, and I sell ukuleles. But there's a lot of different instruments. You keep your eyes out for a lot. They sell for good money. Instruments you can sell any season of the year. It's a good thing to go after, and always keep your eye out and ask people. When you go to tag sales, ask, do you have any musical instruments? You'd be surprised what you can find. They are a great item to sell on eBay. Number 4, now I've said this kind of before, pharmaceuticals like vitamins and diet powders, power booster type things, stuff that's legal to sell. I sell quite a bit of it. Now, I sell mostly John Frieda's, but there's a lot of other stuff that sell. And when I go, if they're brand new, you don't want to sell used stuff that is no good. I've found Proactive stuff that's brand new. That's skin stuff for the face that people like. There's a lot of different stuff. Luminous that you spray on your face. All kinds of makeups, vitamins, diet powders. Sometimes you get these big things of diet powders that sell for like $60 online, and you can get them for a couple bucks. So keep your eyes open for that type of thing, because they'll sell 365 days a year. It doesn't matter what day it is. People need those things. So keep your eyes out for them. Number 5, I talk about this a lot, but I didn't know about it till I moved to Florida. Disney items. Disney items, everybody's going to Disney. And people are going all different times of the year. Christmas and New Year's, some of the holidays are the biggest time. The summer, it's packed. I mean, everybody seems to know something about Disney, seems to like Disney. People go all the time. You're never going to run out of people who want to buy Disney things. I just bought some adorable Yodas today. Aren't they cute? I love Yoda. And right now he's big with the Mandalorian and the baby. He's an old Yoda, but I love anything to do with Disney and Star Wars. Star Wars is another one like Disney. I buy a lot of Star Wars stuff. Sometimes it doesn't sell, so you got to be careful. It's not quite as big as Disney, but some of it is Disney related and it will sell. So Disney is the 5th item. Now I want to take a minute to show you something. The other day my dog Cameo, which you might know, found something up a tree. Take a look and see what she found. Go up there, Cameo, go get it. I don't know if you can see what it was, but she was chasing a squirrel. She loves squirrels. She has something about, that movie where they go, squirrel. I think that's a Disney movie too. And they stop. She loves squirrels. She sees squirrels, she's paralyzed. And then she slinks and she wants to get it. And sometimes she'll climb a tree. All right, so let's get back to what we're doing, and let's look at number 6. Number 6 are camera bags, even backpacks, and sometimes luggage. People are always looking for that stuff. Camera equipment, sometimes you've seen how we bought camera equipment, but camera bags, backpacks. I recently bought a backpack that I'm going to show you. I recently bought this Swiss Gear backpack. It's a good item. People want good backpacks. They have a lot of pockets. Look at all the pockets in the space and the different things. And you can get them used. There is nothing that says you have to be brand new. They have to be in good condition, no rips, no tears. But people are always looking for backpacks because they're always traveling somewhere. Camera bags, they always want to take pictures. That never changes. There's so much. And luggage, sometimes you find really good luggage for a small amount of money. So keep your eyes open because you never know what you're going to find. I can't emphasize that enough. But that is number 6 on our BOLO list for every day on eBay. Number 7. Okay, I've talked about this before. Baseball caps. But not just for baseball. Any kind of caps. I recently sold that True Religion cap for $70 on eBay. I've seen some sell for over $100, not necessarily True Religion, but different kinds like John Deere. I just found another John Deere. There's all kinds of caps that sell. And I used to never think about caps. And then I realized, what am I doing? There's a lot of great caps. And the vintage, of course, the vintage, they like the snapback. So if you find a snapback one, that's better. If you find that definitely aged 80s and 90s, that's even better. So keep your eyes open for snapback baseball caps, especially if they're advertising or some kind of baseball team. Even baseball teams and football teams will sell, but they're not going to sell every season. Baseball will sell during baseball, football will sell during football, but the advertising caps all year long. So that's a good item. Number 8 on my list, pocket knives. I told you about a pocket knife I bought maybe a month ago for $1 that we looked up online, and it was worth like $6.50, $3.50. Well, It actually was worth $250, but we sold it for $175. Brand new was worth $250. $175. We put it up for $200. We got an offer for $175. It's a benchmark, so keep your eyes open for pocket knives. At the flea market, we sell pocket knives every single week. I thought it was just a Florida thing, but we used to sell them in Connecticut too. Pocket knives are very important. You don't want made in China. Pakistan are also not great. You want German knives. US knives are the best. Swiss knives. Anything not China or not Pakistan. If it's those, you're probably better off just leaving it. But if you can find vintage knives from the US and Germany especially, those are the top of the line. And this was a benchmark, and it was great. And I'm going to put a little picture of that up here if I haven't already. Number 9, something I talk about all the time. Video games and systems. I can't say that enough. The thing is, don't spend a lot. I've been going around and I've been seeing a lot of Wii systems lately, and they want $25. Not necessarily worth it. You have to make sure you look them up, know how much they are. I buy video games for $1. I won't spend more than $1. I'd rather spend 50, 75 cents, get a whole lot, but you can still sell them online. The more you get, the better. Old games are worth more. If you've got Nintendo or Genesis, even better. Those old ones like that, they're great. Atari, good luck. I used to sell Atari when I first started. I haven't seen an Atari in a long time. But the older the video games, the better. But even some new ones will sell. So if you see them and they're $1 and under, grab them. My last BOLO item is another one that I've told you about before, but I couldn't help mentioning it again because it drives me crazy. Record albums. I saw record albums today, and I usually buy them for $1 a piece. I said to this guy, he had 2 big boxes, and I opened it and I saw Foreigner was the first one I saw, and I didn't even look too much further, and I said, how much are these? And he said, they're all priced differently. Now, if they're all priced differently at tag sales or garage sales, you know they're selling for a lot elsewhere. I used to be able to buy a box for $20 or buy them for $1 a piece. It's really hard now. I have a hard time finding record albums. So if you see them, you can buy them and you can sell them online, but you need to know the bands. Again, 70s, 80s, hard rock bands. You don't want to get Patsy Cline's. I like Patsy Cline, but you don't want to get her albums. You have to look for something that is selling. Ozzy Osbourne, I don't know, Led Zeppelin, stuff like that is good. So those are my records. Well, I hope you enjoyed our video. This is Rockin' Robin. We come out every 2 days or so, sometimes 3 days, sometimes every other day. I think we just came out yesterday, so we're really excited. I wanted to bring you this video. But I hope you really enjoyed our videos. I want you to keep watching. I want you to hit the subscribe and hit the bell button, because if you hit the bell button, you're notified every time we have a video, and that's really important. And if you leave a comment, I really appreciate those. And most of all, I want you to go out there and make some money. This is Rockin' Robin. Have a good day.